Before you even ask, yeah, this is a different mic. It's one that I've used in a different video before, and I'm making a other video today because I just posted one before this video, and that was like my other mic, which this mic sounds cleaner. So this story is actually like it has a beginning, it has a middle, and it has an end. And before I even get right into this shit, I just want to let you guys know: do not do anything that I say. Like, don't copy what I do. Sure, I did it because I'm a moron, but just because I do it doesn't mean you guys gotta do it. Like, you gotta respect other people's stuff, and you're probably asking, respect other people's stuff. What are you talking about, dude? Don't ever rob anybody. Like, even if they have like I don't know, a Ferrari or anything, you could just shoot them. How to close my window for that joke, but for real, I have times where I've wanted to rob something, but I don't do it. My cousin, not my cousin, my niece, she's actually robbed from a store like not too long ago. Yeah, she was caught by the police. Honestly, she's just a rookie at it. I'm a pro. No, I'm joking. But for real, this story is gonna take place. I think it was third grade. Wow, that's fucking crazy. No, it was third grade. Man, F third grade. Anyways, so in this year, for me, we would love to play with Pokemons, which you can make fun of me. I have no problem with it. And I had my own set of Pokemons. Everyone had their own set of Pokemon. Honestly, I wasn't into Pokemons before I met everybody there. Cause like as soon as I got into school, I didn't know nobody. I only switched cause like my neighbor, who I was really cool friends with, he was like, "Oh, you should switch over here. It's more cooler, better, whatever, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay, sure." So yeah, I did that, and for the first time, that shit was boring at first. Then I met people, then I found out they were into Pokemon and other stuff, and I was like, "Oh, cool." So like I started getting into it with them, cause like I made new friends, and there was this one chick that I knew, which I forgot her name. No, I remember her name actually, but we're gonna name her Jay. So there's this chick I knew, Jay. There's other friends that I have. So she's gonna be kind of involved for this beginning. So my Pokemon gets taken away from my teacher, and I'm kind of pissed because you don't like it when teachers take something from you. But honestly, I should have just waited till the end of class. But the thing is, in this school, I always heard like, oh, when they take something from you, like they keep it for sometimes long period of times, and it's true because I've been through teachers like this, and I find really cool stuff. I'm like, oh, why do you have this? And they're like, oh, like it belongs to this kid, blah blah blah, and I haven't given it back since. So I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, there's rumors that teachers just keep stuff in their drawers and they don't do anything with it. So I was kind of pissed. And we have this back room into our classroom, and she was back there, and I was going towards her desk, try to get my card back. I opened her drawer, and my friend Jay, she looks, and I didn't think she was gonna do anything or scream or anything, and she's like, "He's robbing," and as soon as he said that, I cussed. I also kind of cussed out loud. I was like, "You fucking bit." Yeah, I said that, and I'm like, "You fucking." Yeah, and the teacher's like, "Oh, ooh, you got caught, blah blah blah." But I didn't really get in trouble. I think they just told my mom what happened. And I had to tell my mom, "Oh, it's because she took my card." And I hear in this school they keep that shit forever sometimes, and I really wanted it back. But I didn't really get into that much trouble. I mean, honestly, I probably got an ass beating at home from my dad because that's how Mexicans are. And yeah, after that, I go on, with this grade, and we rob, not rob. That's not even coming in yet. We do Pokemon trades and stuff, and later on, into the fifth grade, fifth or fourth actually, fifth, no, fourth to fifth, I don't know. I start getting a little petty, and I'm like, oh, I really gotta have some of the greatest Pokemons out there and stuff. Well, that's selfish, and me, my friend, and my other friend, which those aren't the same friends like Jay from the beginning. There are two other friends which I don't know what to name them. I'll name one Luffy, and I'll name the other one, I don't know, Sanji. Okay, so I have two friends, Luffy and Sanji. My fault. I was literally watching One Piece, and you know we want to rob Pokemons and other stuff and just go into, because at this grade, we're little kids, we keep our backpacks outside, which I don't know why that's dumb. We keep it on a rack, and if you wanted to rob someone, you could do it. So what we had a plan is where Sanji That sounds dumb. Sanji, he would stand outside. Well, we're all outside. He would stand like kind of far from us, looking if there's any teachers. And then Luffy would be with me, trying to like rob like kids' stuff in their backpacks. And honestly, this felt like a heist, bro. It felt like a GTA heist before I even got to play GTA online. It was cool. I would be like, all right, get everything, get everything, everything. We would be like, all right, like, we don't know how much time we got, but like, time's going down, get everything. And there was times where like we would just, I don't even know, we would just stand there and look at the stuff inside and like be very like, what's that word, careless. Like we wouldn't care if we got caught. We'd be like, oh, like we're having fun with this, and we're just going through their stuff and putting it back, going through like their notebooks, reading whatever, and putting it back. That's very helpful, actually. Thank God I've never found a notebook with like weird drawings of who knows what. Kids could be weird. In sixth grade, I have drawn stuff that's really inappropriate. We're not talking about that. So yeah, I do that shit for a living. For a living, that's some bullshit. But I do that shit for like the whole school year. I've not been caught, and it's been one time where like I stole this kid's Pokemons, and then like I knew the kid actually, but we weren't friends or anything. But I knew him. We would talk a lot, and I robbed this shit. And in class, I was showing the Pokemons off, and he's like, "Whose Pokemons are those?" And I'm like, "Oh, they're mine." Like, I do Pokemon at home too. That's the most dumbest shit I've ever said. But a lie worked, and I feel terrible about that. But there was this one time where I went to this one kid's, me, Luffy, and Sanji. Luffy is the really bad kid, and Sanji's a kid that's sort of bad, like kind of a bad kid, but not really. And Luffy's like a bad kid, like a really bad kid who would get into a lot of fights and blah blah blah. So my fault for not telling you that later. So me and Luffy, we're looking at this kid's backpack, and I'm not lying to you, we find a phone, bro. I forgot what type of phone it was. I think it was a Samsung. No, it was probably a Samsung or iPhone. 60% sure it was an iPhone. I won't lie. And we're like, oh, what do we do with it? And instead of taking it or returning it back like good little boys, no, we're idiots, like really idiots. And we tried going through his phone to see if this kid's looking up any pornography, which is dumb. Which you're like, why would a kid be looking up? Trust me, buddy. I knew a lot of kids at that school that would really, really talk about that stuff. And if you're probably asking, like, wait, so at this certain time, kids were like found out about that stuff. Sadly, yeah, man. I'm sorry to break it to you. Yeah, our generation's cooked. Anyways, yeah, we don't know the passcode, so our dumbasses decided just throw it into the air as high as we can and see like how far that shit would shoot. And it came down and it broke obviously, and we're like, oh well, it has no use. But honestly, it still worked. Like the screen still worked. But we didn't want to keep it because like, oh, like what if like we thought so dumb, like, oh, what if it gets tracked or something. Which the possibility is, I don't even know, man. I'm not a phone expert, man. All I do with my phone is watch TikTok, and that's it. What else do I do on my phone? Honestly, I don't even know. I watch anime on it. I shouldn't be telling you guys this. It's not personal. Anyways, let's get right back into the vid. So yeah, we broke that dude's phone, and then like this other backpack we found. Back then those backpacks that were see-through. I don't know why people would want that. I don't like. I found one, and we're like, oh, that's the one, right? And like, we go through it. Like we could obviously see what's in it, but this dude or whoever's it was, they had Pokemons, like straight Pokemons, like on the little bag outside of the bag. I don't know if I'm saying this right. And instead of like looking through it right there, we took the whole backpack, took it to the restroom, and in the restroom, some of my other friends came, which we'll name him Naruto and Sasuke. I don't know why. And so Naruto and Sasuke, they're like twins, right? And they're in there, and they're like, "Oh, what you guys get? What you guys are going through other people's stuff?" And I'm like, "Yes, bro." Like, shh, like we gotta do something. Like, it's so dumb. Like, but yeah. And then like we get all the Pokemons. They're like, we're all going through the Pokemons, and then like we're acting so dumb. Like, oh, security's about to come in here and find us and check us. So immediately we're like, all right, fuck it, let's frame Naruto and Sasuke. So we grab all the cards and we throw them all over the restroom, and they're all over the floor. And we leave our other friends there, like, to pick it up. But they, like, fuck no, I'm not gonna get caught. So they run out with us. And in the end, like, we heard through the announcement shit, yo, someone is robbing stuff. Someone is taking stuff from other kids' backpacks. A kid today lost his backpack. We found it in the boys' restroom, and it was a mess. And one time we had a whole assembly outside, and they're like, there's bad kids at this school doing bad stuff. Like the restrooms are effed and blah blah blah. Okay, a good 80% of that wasn't me, nor like the people. I know a kind of a lot of bad kids, but it's more of them more than me. So it's not really my fault. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Like, I tried robbing my card back. That pushed me to rob even more, and it got so bad. Like when I was out with my nieces, we would have these challenges like, oh, let's see who could rob like the cooler stuff, like at a swap meet or stuff like that. And we did, and like in the end, I'm like, I don't really, I'm not cool with it. There was one time where I just threw whatever I robbed in the trash when I just could have gave it back and be like, I'm sorry, but my dumbass doesn't want to like, admit that I did it, so I just threw it away instead of keeping it for myself. What was it? It was probably like some dumb toy, but yeah, that's pretty much it. How for like the fourth, third, or fifth? No, obviously, no. It was like third, no, fourth grade all the way up to fifth grade. Yeah, like those 2 years, I was like robbing people and stuff. And honestly, I had like two of my nieces that went to the same school. I haven't robbed anything of theirs because there's no point of robbing them since I could just rob them at home. Not saying that I ever have, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's cool. Just want to say, do not rob other people's stuff, even if they have the most coolest stuff in the world. I know I want to rob them too, just as much as you, but trust me, let's not do that. Cause like if someone did that to you, like yeah, it wouldn't be so cool. I feel like a nerd saying that, but whatever, bro. Yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this shit. And if you didn't, just make sure to comment like you suck and stuff like that. So yeah, all right, later.